We're gonna win. Don't wanna be a loser, gonna win. Cause winning really is the only thing. Get out of the way, we're coming in. If you wanna fight, you step inside the ring. Does anybody wanna take a swing? It's gotta be all or nothing. Oh, we're gonna be the champions. Yeah, we're going all the way, we're gonna win. We're gonna win.
You ready? Let's do it.
And the team that we brought to participate in the Memorial Tournament comes from Johannesburg. We just a bunch of guys all together, we put together to come and play. We've never trained together, we know each other from way back, and today we just decided to come and participate.
With guns. Never was a gangster till I graduated to war and got the rap of a villain, the weapon concealing. Took the image of a thug, captured a villain, willing to stick out my neck for respect if it meant life or death. Never lived to regret what I said when you're me. People just wanna see if it's true, if it's you. What you saying, you rap, what you do, so they feel it's part of your obligation to fulfill.
This tourney, man, I think it's a real hot tourney. You know, people, it's well supported. Lots of people came out to watch. You know, there's been some good competition. There's been lots of dunks. You know, a couple facials and everything. So right now, I'm enjoying it thoroughly. You know, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else right now. Great way to spend the weekend.
I really dig what Tim is doing for us, man, because there's hardly any basketball tournaments or anything around South Africa. I mean, cats here don't even get to play that many games compared to the States, and they get a whole lot of games. If you get like 80 games a season or whatever in a year or whatever, that's a lot, which no one ever gets in South Africa. So I really like what Tim is doing for us. I mean, he's giving us an opportunity that most of us don't have here.
Man, Tim's doing a great job in terms of promoting basketball in this country. Because I mean, right now he's in PMB. It's the first league pro this whole year. That's actually pro. There's some that's our witness league, but I mean, half of people don't even pitch. It's the one that's been advertised, and I hadn't played basketball since 2000. It's the only league that I actually came to, because I'd been to tournaments in Durban, and in terms of organizations in the team, of competitions there, that's why I came to, because I knew it's worth coming to. So we just need more of these, and basketball probably will improve in this thing. There's a lot of players, there's just not enough things to play for. You know what I mean?
It's time to bring it back to the cavemen. Men have started being men. They're gonna stop being sisters and going to hair salons and having manicures and pedicures. What do I think about the game? It's a chance for you to stand your ground. It's a chance for you to be anything you want to be on these 4 lines. It's a chance for you to be pretty. It's a chance for you to take on a whole persona. It's Broadway. It's Hollywood. It's whatever you want it to be. Metamorphosize it. You change on the court. You become anything. You don't have to be strict to your point guard position or whatever. You're the man on the court. You're responsible of your own fate. And you only get that once in a lifetime. And that's when you step on the court. Straight up, that's what I think about the game. And I love it too.
Primed as the fattest basketball tournament in the country, and 5 years in the making, the Summertime Shootout Championships held in Durban are without doubt the highlight of the season. With 5K up for grabs for the winners of the championships held at Natal Tech, the last 5 years have seen the cream of the basketball crop involved in some serious slam dunking action. With home turf advantage, defending champions Natal Tech working to defend their title in both the men's and women's divisions. The championships take place over 3 days. The women's division consisted of 6 teams all playing in a round-robin format, with the 2 teams with the highest scores going through to the finals. Going all the way, the older and experienced players of APN pitted against the youthful Natal Tech Wolves.
We had like APN side, they had a stronger qualifiers. We played Valtech yesterday, which was quite good. They gave us a run for their money. And otherwise, this is the game that we're all looking forward to.
For the last 15 years, Jacques Rodriguez has been coaching APN, but for this tournament, he switched sides to help coach the Wolves.
Yeah, you have a situation where that team relies on a lot of experience, okay? And this team, no better way to get that experience by playing against the most experienced side in the country. I would even say in the country. It will be an interesting game, old legs against young legs. Some players nothing to prove, others a lot to prove, so it will be interesting, but I think it will be a nice contest.
It wasn't only the coaches looking forward to the game, the APN players had enjoyed the tournament as well.
It's been really great. It's been very entertaining basketball. It's been nice to get through to the final, to meet another Durban team. Quite a close contested game. It's the youngsters versus the oldies, so we've got something to prove.
For the youngsters of the Wolves, there was brimming confidence and anticipation prior to the final.
I'm not going to be modest and say that it was very tough for us to get through to the final, but we have enjoyed our games. This is the game we've been looking forward to the most, so it's going to be tough. We're going to give it our all. We're really keen to run, so yeah.
The battle of youth versus experience begins as APN go into the final with 2 distinct disadvantages. One is their age and their stamina, which will be tested against the young, fresh approach of the Wolves. And the other, probably more significant factor, was that their regular coach was helping the opposition. They would have to formulate a new game plan, have a new strategy. But APN has experience, which will go a long way in their quest for glory. APN proved their mettle. A great rebound from APN's number 4, Fenta, and a little bit of schooling for the Wolves. Minutes later, she was back in action, unmarked on the outside. She took the score to 12 with this basket. APN had decided to slow the game down to a walk to both conserve energy and to frustrate the Wolves. Knowing they have the Wolves under pressure, APN take their time at the end of the first quarter, 5 points ahead. In an attempt to fox APN, the Wolves speed the game up, but only end up rattling themselves. On a comeback trail, the Natal Tech Wolves go for the 3 points. That shot coming from Shezi. It misses and it's left to Josh Bredenkamp to clean up off the rebound for a solid 2 points. Lorraine Palmer, captain of APN, charges down the lane and releases a shark-style pass to Marquez. Pops it in the hole. Point guard Carla Quintus shows some retro skills to outmaneuver Kanya Piliso, allowing Griffiths to score. By now, even Coach Rodriguez was feeling the heat, shouting from the sidelines to try and encourage his young charges. A determined attack from downtown sees Piliso find an unmarked Zipera Jali, who lines up for the 3-pointer. She shoots and scores. Josh Bredenkamp tries to muster some sort of enthusiasm from her teammates in a timeout. They come out firing with Bredenkamp trying to lead from the front, going for maximum points. Moments later, with ball in hand, she drives for the key for 2 points. The Wolves come out on the offensive once again, with Ronel Rios slotting in a sweet 3-pointer. As the game swings to the opposite end of the court, Rios' opposite number draws the defensive foul as she plows forward for the basket. Another 2 points for APN. The strain of holding off the Wolves to maintain their healthy lead is starting to show on APN going into the timeout. Meanwhile, Rodriguez uses the timeout to switch players to give some of his team a rest. With time counting down, the Wolves go for one last dish to save some pride, but APN's Marquez puts in a cheeky three-pointer to put the nail in the metaphorical coffin as APN walks away winners, 54-38. APN started as a club 35 years ago, making them one of the longest-running basketball clubs in the country. Their victory secures them their reputation as being one of the best.
It was a very good game. Well, I didn't contribute much, let's put it this way, on the court. The girls played very hard, the opposition played very well. Would have gone either way, but I think experience won at the end of the day. It wasn't that the other team wasn't good, it's just that I think our experience and our controlling the game that won the game.
Still to come. We continue with the summertime shootout as the men step onto the court. UNP and Natal Tech Wolves are in the finals. Will the Wolves defend their title or will UNP take the prize money? And the Metro League in Jersey proves to be the playground for the baddest ballers in the country. Plus, we feature Wits player Mfunde Dube and find out why he loves basketball. Get ready to scope out more hot action. This is NGN in the Zone.
It's obvious now that jazz is the most central.
The much anticipated men's final between rivals and neighbors, Natal Tech Wolves and UNP from Maritzburg, always packs the house at the Summer Shootout Championships.
It's going to be a nice game. Evenly balanced. I think both teams want it bad enough because we play together. And it's always like saying, you know, at home we're still respected by each other. So it's going to be a tough game.
I think there's going to be a lot of running. Both teams like to push the ball up court, so I think we're going to get a lot of running, some high flyers for both teams, so we're going to have to be particularly careful of them because they like to push the ball up court.
We played these guys before. They have like such a potential players, played in SA, played for SASU and national side. We also have a couple of guys who actually can play.
The Wolves have the right mix of youth and experience, making them a force to be reckoned with. But make no mistake, UNP are no pushovers as they too are sporting a powerful lineup. As the game hots up in the first quarter, it's Wolves point guard Mtuzulu who goes on the prowl. He finds Zambian-born Alfred Mukonde hungry for points. It's slam dunking time as he and the pack make their presence felt. UNP are quick to respond as demon dribbler Lowell Ndaneni weaves his way through the Wolves' defense. An intercept on a UNP error allows Mukonde to pounce, adding some valuable points to the Wolves' scoreboard. Mukonde to Modondo, who makes sure off the backboard from the three-point line. Cyril Ngabido for UNP finds himself swamped by the Wolves' defense, and it's Modondo with the steal. He offloads to Zulu, who has the easiest of layups. UNP call the timeout. It's the Wolves by 6 points, but UNP are still in the game. Wolves coach Rodriguez continues to push his team. He doesn't want to lose the advantage. UNP bring on Darren Holcomb, who brings the game alive for his side in the second quarter. He picks up the scraps left for him and puts points on the board for UNP. He'd go on to score 8 points in the second. Driving run up court for Lowell Ndaneni, and an assist finds an unmarked Holcomb, who lays it up for 2. The UNP bench is starting to look a little bit more relaxed thanks to Holcomb, but only a little. On the other side, it's Gilchrist to Madondo, who sees the opening to slice through the UNP defense for 2 more in his game total of 16. There's a bittersweet rivalry between these two teams as most of the provincial side comes out of them. Many of the players making the national squad, a good indication of the level of basketball in the area as 9 teams competed in the tournament. A quick counter-attack from Daneni sets him up for maximum points, but he fakes the three-pointer, finding an acrobatic Cyril Ngabindo. He's shut out and put down by the Wolves' defense. Not that there's any hard feelings, great sportsmanship shown by the Wolves and UNP. Mukonde cleans up with the rebound under the basket and heads down the lane, spotting Gilchrist, unmarked and camping in the key. He pops in an easy 2 points. With 4 minutes on the clock, UNP call a crucial timeout, their last of the half. They need 5 to even things up, and they need to do something, and something fast. An aggressive Darren Holcomb comes up against stiff defense from the Wolves. He tries to force his way through and draw the foul. Finding his way blocked, he fades and pops it in for 2. Tensions are high with only 2 points needed to push it into overtime. Van Heerden spreads it around and finds Mndaneni on his own. As he pops it up, the whistle goes for the foul by Gilchrist. He's not happy and, true to form, gets up in the ref's face. Rodriguez tries to calm the bad boy down, but he's not happy.
How much time to go?
Fortune smiles on the Wolves as an unlucky Mndaneni misses both his free throws. With 1 point the difference and almost no time left, Gilchrist takes the game to UNP, whilst Madondo wins the defensive foul and a free throw, which he slots home. His second goes wide, but Gilchrist is there for the rebound, and it's up to the Wolves to count the clock down as they pass it amongst themselves. Clearly meant to frustrate UNB, it works as they win another free throw and another point. UNB desperately need 3 points for the equalizer and overtime, and an attempted three-pointer. Goose Gardens misses the basket, and whilst Mndaneni tries for the 3, his shot also goes wide. A crucial error allows Madondo to steal, but as he heads to UNP's hoop, the final whistle goes. That's the game. Defending champs Natal Tech Wolves walk away with the title for another year, as well as the 5,000 Rand prize money.
We know Maritzburg so well as well. We both know each other's game plans. It was really tough to get anything easy, pretty much on both sides. So it was a really tough final. I think we'd rather have played a team from out of town in the final so we could establish our game, because we know each other too well. But happy that we won, but sad that our friends from Maritzburg lost.
It is a league that attracts the top teams of Gauteng. Formed 5 years ago from the old Witwatersrand Basketball Association, this league now has 4 divisions. With an association to the Central Gauteng Basketball Association, this is the Johannesburg Metro League.
We've come a long way as a team since the last time we played Vaal. In terms of our preparation for this game, we know that Vaal likes to play a man-to-man defense. Our preparation for this game has included being able to play a zone defense on them, which I'm sure they'll not be 100% comfortable playing. The pace is what really will control the game at the end of the day, and I think that's going to be key for us. We don't want to run a running gun basketball game. We want to be able to control the possessions that we have, make sure that we don't have any turnovers, and also make the best out of every opportunity we have to score.
In the first game, we feature Valtech Rhinos, currently ranked 3rd in the Metro League and based at Valtech, faced off against newcomers, the Hornets, made up of ex-PBL players. Proving that they were not going to be pushovers, the Hornets came out in the first quarter 2 points adrift of Valtech. The Hornets, formed this year, have a wealth of experience, being made up of ex-semi-pro league players. Their competitive score was helped in large part by number 10, Didier, who scored half of the first quarter's 16 points. The second quarter saw Valtech up the pressure. The Hornets had proved to be resilient to the Rhinos' attacking style of play and their man-on-man defense. This is good news for the game, as both teams went all out, matching one another basket for basket. No surprises that the spectators got into the groove of the game. As the quarter counted down, Valtech's persistent attack on the Hornets' bucket saw them edge ahead by 3 points. This was not destined to be a game with one team dominating, neither allowing for the other to get ahead. With the scores level on 75 apiece at the end of the fourth quarter, the game was forced into extra time. After ferocious action through 4 quarters, still no team was prepared to give an inch, and it looked like the game might go into second extra time. In the dying moments of the extra period, and 1 point behind, the Hornets drew the defensive foul on Didier. Having already scored a game-high 24 points in normal time, he stepped up to the key, sunk the first to equalize, and the second for the win. His personal tally, 30 points for the game.
This game was exhausting. The heat, I think, was one of the major factors for us. Both teams are taking strain, a lot of sweat, a lot of heavy breathing. I think when we did manage to control the game, the tempo and the pace of the game, bringing it to a speed where we can actually keep control of the ball and actually do something with the ball, we went up by 5